In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get more desire on sales calls so that way you can make more sales. So a lot of people make the mistake on sales calls by brushing over the desires when vision casting or not spending enough time there. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to kind of crack the code there so that way you can make more sales, your prospects will have more urgency, and they'll be a lot more likely to actually make a decision with you on the call. So if you don't already know me, my name's Jeremy Pogue. I help coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs scale their businesses online and build seven-figure companies. I also do a lot of high-ticket sales and sales coaching as well, so I help a lot of our clients sell like crazy. So yeah, let's get into it. If you really understand this, then you're gonna make more money and more sales than you know what to do with. So let's get into it. So I got this from a book, and the book is called Cashvertising. So it's actually a book on copywriting, but nonetheless, copywriting is essentially sales just in print. So it's pretty much the same thing, right? Whether you're selling on the phone, whether you're selling on Zoom, whether you're selling just on a sales page or in an advertisement, it's the exact same thing, right? You're influencing somebody to make a buying decision. So that said, one of the concepts there is human beings are biologically programmed with the following 8 core desires, right? I'm going to put core desires because these are the absolute main ones, right? So we're pretty much optimized for survival, enjoyment of life, life extension, enjoyment of food and beverages, freedom from fear, pain, and danger, sexual companionship, comfortable living conditions, to be superior, winning, keeping up with the Joneses. So that one really taps into the ego, and that's a really, really dangerous one that you can use, especially talking to a lot of males. And then care and protection of loved ones, same kind of thing there, social approval. So when you appeal to any of these 8 core desires, you're tapping into the power of Mother Nature and really what makes humans tick at their core, right? They're what make us human. So tap into these if you really want to start seeing some traction and making a lot more sales, right? So a lot of people just kind of ask questions about somebody's desire situation and really brush over kind of like why people want to achieve their goals. And a lot of the time it really boils down to one of these as well, right? Why do you want to get ripped and get shredded and look really good? Well, because you're probably a single dude that's lonely and you want sexual companionship. You're looking for a mate, right? Why do you want to make more money? Oh, I want to move out of my parents' place and get my own apartment. That was my scenario, right? This time last year I was in my parents' basement, and now I have pretty comfortable living conditions. Tapping into the ego, right? Why do you want to scale to 100,000 a month? To show people that I can do it, or to be superior, right? To be winning and buy nice things to keep up with the Joneses, stuff like that, right? Freedom from fear, pain, and danger. This one's a really important one too, because we're very averse to this kind of stuff, meaning like we're more likely to be driven away from these things than we are to like be attracted to like something nice. So if you can kind of tap into this, right, then that can really do a lot for you. So whenever you're writing any copy or sales, the hook is the most important part, right? So like when it comes to your marketing, make sure your hooks are on point, because it doesn't matter how good the rest of your stuff is. If the reader isn't actually hooked in, they're not going to read it, listen to it, or watch it. They're long gone, right? And it's the same kind of thing like with sales as well. If you can't hook them in, and if you don't actually, like when you're presenting your offer, if you don't actually give them a reason to really pay attention and actually like capture their attention and dig into these desires, then they're probably not going to like respond very well to your offer. They're not really going to want it because it just brushed over all of these desires, right? So even though you can take this concept from like copywriting and marketing, it also applies to sales, right? So just as I was saying there, if you can tap into these core desires with your prospects on a sales call, it's game over, right? So although this does apply to texts, audio, videos, whatever, applies to sales. So for example, like if you're a dating coach, tap into their desire for sexual companionship, right? Really just get down to the core root. You're probably going to ask some really hard questions and get some responses that the guys are going to open up to you and say, oh, well, I'm just kind of lonely. I crave that. Or that's maybe if they want like a long-term relationship. If they want just something more short-term, then like that's another avenue as well, right? But really just ask hard questions and dig into that and spend some time there exploring that, right? Spend some time exploring why they really want it. And then they're just going to tell you more and more. And you're going to build them up on an emotional level, so that way they're going to be they're going to be really fired up and totally bought in emotionally. And then you can kind of like really support that with the logic, and then you game over. Fitness coach, same thing, right? Tap into their desire for sexual companionship, right? The more jacked you are, the more girls you get. If you're a business coach, tap into their desire to be superior and winning. Right? So that was number 6, superior, winning, keeping up with the Joneses, right? Or social approval, or enjoyment of life, right? Some people see like enjoyment of life here. You can't really do everything that you want if you just have a regular job, right? So if you help people start and scale companies, then they'll be able to enjoy their life a lot better. They'll be able to extend it because they'll be a lot more happy. They'll be able to afford a lot better healthcare, stuff like that, right? Social approval, that's another one, right? Being an entrepreneur really like kind of taps into your ego a little bit, and a lot of people want to kind of just like project the fact, like a lot of people start business and start entrepreneurship because they want to like kind of put on a bit of a show, right? They want people to be like, oh wow, you have your own business, that's so cool. And rather than actually building something incredible. So you can tap into that too. But anyways, figure out what the core desire is for your prospect by A, understanding your audience really well through research. So that's actually like really knowing like who you're serving and what really makes them tick. And then B, when you're actually on a call with them, ask hard questions. Ask questions that nobody's ever asked them before, right? Really dig in and really explore their drive and their motivating factors for wanting to improve and get better. So perfect time to do this is when you're vision casting, asking them about what their goals are and why those goals are important to them, right? Really figuring out their why. That's kind of the main part here. And if you can tie their why and get them to tie their why to one of these core desires, and you really tap into that and spend a lot of time there and really drill it up, then that's when you're going to make a ton more sales. Your closing rate's going to skyrocket, and you're going to collect a hell of a lot more cash on the call. So hopefully this was a good video. I really hope you guys appreciated this, and I hope I was able to give some good examples there so that you could actually take this and run with it, start literally getting results like tomorrow. So if you thought this was valuable, do me a favor, do me a big one, drop a like, hit subscribe. We got plenty more bangers like this coming right up. And if you want to follow the journey a little bit closer, go follow me on Instagram too. It's just at Jeremy_Pogue. And I post a lot more stuff, just kind of on the day-to-day and whatnot. If you have any questions, either drop a comment, DM me over on Insta, whatever. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.